and we'll turn it over to the third group.
Thank you. My name is Alexis Pride. I am a professor at the Columbia College Chicago, and I have been increasingly interested in the new concentrated effort of higher education to look at DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a lot of this was born out of the pandemic and our having to teach online and essentially becoming increasingly aware of the inequities in education as we observe them at our school. So I began this investigation, which in my view is still ongoing. I prepared a video presentation because I was very concerned about staying within the time limitation. So I will play the slideshow, and if there be any questions, of course, I'll entertain those on the back end. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexis Pride. I'm a professor at Columbia College Chicago, and I will be presenting today on a world pandemic and a clarion call, the new push for DEI initiatives in higher education. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, is a term used to describe policies and programs that promote the representation and participation of different groups of individuals, including people of different ages, races, and ethnicities, abilities and disabilities, genders, religions, cultures, and sexual orientations. When equity is present within a group, the result is equal access enjoyed by everyone. This includes equal opportunities as well as the potential for advancements. The American Council of Education argues that the objectives of DEI initiatives have been voiced actively for years, targeting inequities in education specifically. However, the global crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic, the systematic racism in America, and the race-based inequities in higher education have all converged to create a critical mass and sharpen the demand for more effective approaches to address the DEI needs at the university and college levels. This presentation will offer a research-based examination of these principles and how they can and are being applied in university classrooms to ensure equity standards and learning opportunities. George Floyd's gruesome and tragic murder, seen by a quarantined world amidst a pandemic, focused attention on the inequities that have historically plagued American society. Without question, the complexity of these inequities is far-reaching across social, ethnic, cultural, and economic lines. Related, inequities in education are also pervasive and demand a response from university and college leaders. Many of the educational leadership see this as an opportunity to create impactful and lasting improvements that will benefit the lives of the underprivileged and people of color. According to highereducationtoday.org, for the first time, the K-12 student population in the United States has shrunken in numbers, representing less than 50% white, non-Hispanic. These recent developments signal a critical moment in history. We as a nation are at an intersection that represents the following: the potential of more racial unrest, along with the potential of racial healing. This can be accomplished because of society's social, racial, and economic divisions decreasing, and increased equality and greater accessibility to resources granted to everyone. Columbia's response to the DEI initiative is a multicultural educational experience for students. Moreover, for instructors, this means being culturally responsive as an educator, with the understanding that this approach will benefit every student. One of the leading proponents of DEI has been the Century Foundation. According to their website, the Institute is a progressive, nonpartisan think tank that seeks to foster opportunity and reduce inequality. They assert that there is robust social science evidence on the positive relationship between student body diversity and academic outcomes. They go on to argue there is a similarly impressive body of research supporting the correlation between campus and classroom diversity and an enhanced ability of students to exhibit interracial understanding, empathy, and an ability to live with and learn from people of diverse backgrounds. Nearly half of the Fortune 100 companies, among them Apple, Johnson & Johnson, and Starbucks, presented a brief, APA, that argued the essentials to success in a global economic market. It requires hiring highly trained employees of all races, religions, cultures, and economic backgrounds. Business leaders posit that the aforementioned cross-cultural skills are a business and economic imperative, given the growing diversification of the national and global economies. They further assert that this will likely generate a more positive work environment by decreasing incidents of discrimination and stereotyping. An important aspect of DEI-centered work in colleges and universities is motivating individual students' appreciation for their own cultural histories. Students should be encouraged to celebrate and respect their diversity and the diversity of others. This can be accomplished through coursework, when appropriate, of course. For example, research assignments are given in Columbia's literature seminar classes where students investigate their own ethnic and cultural backgrounds. Certainly, it is important to encourage open dialogue and the exchange of ideas amongst students. However, it's equally as important to make certain that we, as instructors, are being sensitive to everyone's culture, beliefs, and language concerns. Consider creating assignments that require more student interaction and collaboration, rather than the traditional lecture-based style of teaching. These varied approaches to teaching will help encourage student engagement and increase the student's sense of inclusion. Student success increases when they are given the opportunity and space to learn in their own way. Cultural awareness can be promoted in the classroom environment, but it's also important that diversity representation, reflective of the cultural composition of the students in the classroom, are also included in the actual lesson plan. Culturally based teaching strategies are crucial to the enhanced learning experience for all students, regardless of their ethnicities, with immediate benefits that can have long-term impact. Encouraging awareness and respect for diverse points of view, as well as promoting a personal connection with various cultures in the classroom, can inhibit impulses of prejudices later in life. They learn to empathize with people different from themselves, having been encouraged to engage others who may have different life experiences unlike their own. As a result of a classroom environment where working and learning with people from various backgrounds and cultures were encouraged, students are afforded an enhanced understanding of the subject matter. Additionally, students learn how to utilize their own developing skill sets, strengths, and points of view to add contributive value to a diverse working environment. DEI-centered teaching fosters inclusion, awareness, and human respect. Taking a culturally responsive approach to teaching benefits all students. Multicultural awareness in the classroom bolsters the success of students with different backgrounds and needs, but it also encourages acceptance and contributes to all student preparedness to succeed in an exponentially diverse world. Diversity in and out of the university classroom will continue to expand. Therefore, it's expedient that we, as educators and leaders, prepare students for the evolving world and teach them to respect those who are different from themselves.
Thank you very much.